One of the most frequently made mistakes among golfers of all skill levels, definitely more frequently with amateurs than pros, is executing the shot prior to being totally committed. This is a game that is characterized, well, by the need for decisiveness. It's often said that it's more, especially on the putting greens, it is more important to be decisive than it is to be right. Let's just stick with that for a second on the putting greens. You think about it, like just like a 20 footer, a 10 footer, a 6 footer, whatever. It's like if you really think about it, there are who knows how many different possible paths that ball could take, depending on the combination of line and speed for it to go in. Right. So there's no such thing as the right read or the right line. There's just yours, right? And commit to it. And if you're wrong, go learn, right? But you know how much I can live with missing a putt when I was totally prepared and totally committed. So maybe I read it wrong, or maybe I mishit it, or I hit it too hard, whatever. I'm okay with that. You know what's harder to swallow though is missing a putt, knowing that you didn't take the time to get committed. You executed without preparedness and total commitment. So it's not just for putting; it's for everything. So practice. You have one of the unique elements of the game is that it permits you, it gives you time, right, to get prepared. I asked a professional golfer client of mine a few years ago. I said, "Hey, man, is there ever any reason that's legit, like a legitimate reason to ever hit any shot in the game less than fully prepared and committed?" And he said, "Hell no." Right? But we do, right? We do it a lot for reasons. There's tons of reasons, like rushing, anticipation, which is kind of cool, but not being ready, for lack of decision making, skipping, elements of the pre-shot routine, not taking all the variables into consideration. But none of those are legitimate reasons. They're reasons, but they don't need to be real, right? They don't have to affect you. So do what it takes to get committed, all right? Have this be a specific practice, right? Where you are absolutely, you're treating yourself by being thorough, not slow, concisely thorough, right? Purely efficiently executing pre-shot routines for all your shots so that you have treated yourself to luxury. And it really is a luxury. So standing over the ball, knowing there's nothing else left to do that could further, like within the rules of the game, that could further have me be prepared, or that would further increase the probability of me puring this, or the ball going where I wanted it to. So then you're in that relaxedness where you can simply surrender and trust. So do the work to get decisive. Commit.